Hello, I'm Sally Sanger, and this is Strength and Stability. We'll get started. Make sure you go at your own pace and challenge yourself, but be safe. Don't do anything your doctor or healthcare practitioner told you not to do. And we will use some weights if you'd like to, or water bottles, stretchy tubes, or bands, and I'll let you know when we're going to use those. And enjoy yourself. So let's get started. The warm-up is where you're going to warm up gradually, so you can do what you want with the warm-up. We're starting with a march. Nice and upright. Deep breath, inhale up, and exhale. Full breath of air. Exhale. Couple more times. One more. And here we'll step out to the right. Out and in. Just gradually getting the heart rate up, the core temperature up for 4 more. To the left, out and in. 4 more times. Forward and back, and trade off the leg that starts. Forward and tap and step. Tap and step. Two more. Bring it together, deep breath up, and roll the shoulder and the arm back. So I'm circling behind, pull back. 8 more. Reaching up, lean to the side. Another 8. Reach across, over. Again for 8, turn, stretch. Arms swing and you dip at the knees, lift and lower the arms. 4, 3, overhead. 8 more. Turn to your right, up and back, forward, and back. 4 more. Back heel rolls up and you bend your arms. Pull. Get a little more tension to the lower leg. 2. Now bring your weight to the back foot, tap the front. Tap, tap. Tap in and out, side to side. And hold there, toes up. Then come down around to the other side. Lift, lower, lift. Shifting your weight forward and back. For 4. 2, reach high and then stay low. Pull and roll the back heel up. Move through the ankle, the knee, the hip, and bend your arms and pull. 4. And into the toe taps. Bring your foot in a little and tap, tap. Tap in and out, side to side, pivot at the heel. And we'll hold there, toes up, fold over, nice deep breath. Bring it down around to the front, close together with the legs, knee circles. Around the other way. And then bring your feet apart. A little more to the inner and outer thigh. Shift side to side. 4. On the left, hold here. Sink into the stretch. And over to the other side, hold. And then come back to center. Bring your feet closer. Round the back, flatten the back and round so it's a standing cat stretch. Lower the head and lift. 2 more. And press across. Over, center, over, and center. Drop the shoulder to the opposite knee. 1 more each side. And turn to the left. Drop your right shoulder, reach up and look behind. Come down to the other side, lift up. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Come back to center, lower and lift the hips, lower and lift. And then we hold with the hips up and fold over, feel the pull in the back of the leg. Bend your knees and roll it up all the way. Deep breath. And a step tap, down and up with the arms. Four, 3. Let's stay up with the arms, kick the heel back behind. Find your own pace. 4, 3, 2, knees up, bring it in and under the knee. So I'm lifting, if you can touch under the knee, otherwise just above the knee. 8 more. From here it's a kick across. And you can stay nice and low with it. Or bring it up, kick, over. 4, 3, 2, then tap the heels right in front and we'll pull back. Still all part of the warm-up and some dynamic balance. 8 more. And we'll tap the toes out. Tap out to the side. So you're shifting your weight to one foot, then the other. And lift out with the arms or just let them rest. Another 8. 4, 3. Let's bring the heel front again and pull. Flex your foot, tap the heel for 4. Toes tap out. And again for 8 more. And we'll walk in place here. Marching, and we'll add a kick on the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, kick. Or just march in place. 4 more. 3, 2. Keep this going. If you have the room, move forward and back. So it's forward and back. 4 more. You walk in place here. Let's do a little crossover move. Cross, over, center, over, and center. It can be a tap or a bigger step and lift. Maybe add the arms, lift. Two more. Now bring this move to the back. Tap behind. You can be real small, close in, or bigger, and a lift. And a lift. 2 more. And we bring it in, deep breath, inhale up. Great, should be warmed up by now, ready to go with more purposeful strengthening and balance exercises. This is where you might want to use a chair or something to hold on to. So use it for support or the wall or a countertop. Hold fairly steady with the torso. We're going to be nice and lined up, ears over the shoulders, ribs and hips. Imagine you have a book on your head. We'll lift the knee, out, in, and down. So that's our move. Up, out, in, and down. Lightly holding on to the chair. 2 more. We're just moving the leg, not too much of the hip. Now let's go forward and back. Knee up, back, lift. So a side view, I'm lifting, tilting. Up, back. You make this as big as you like. Knee up, back, come back to center, or just touch behind. 2 more. Last one. And now we'll hold with the leg back in our airplane position. So touch your toe behind, arms out if you're able to. Lift your leg up, and as you lift your leg, you tilt your body at the hips forward. Don't bend at the waist, try to just bend where your leg and your hip meet. Of course, you use the chair or whatever support you need. Breathe, don't hold your breath. And then slowly back to upright. We have one more move to do on this leg before we change, and it'll be the alternating leg circle. Circle around one way, then reverse. Make sure you press slightly behind the body, or as much as you can, without having to bend the upper body. So we're not moving the upper body around. Looks good. Nice big circle one way, then reverse. One more time each direction. And a full breath of air. We'll do those moves on the other side. Take a drink of water, water break whenever you need it. Upright, lift, turn out, in, and down. Again, we're holding nice and steady with the torso. Imagine you have a book on your head. Don't drop the book. Try it again for 4. And 2 more where you lift, turn out, in. Now it's forward and back. It's called our sagittal plane of motion. So knee up, leg back, then back to upright. Or you can just touch behind as you tilt. How about a couple more? Lift, back. And here's where we hold it. Keep your leg extended, fairly straight. As you lift, you bend where your leg and your hip meet on the stationary leg. So that's where you're folding over. Breathe. Arms can be out. Chair is there to help you for support. Then slowly come back to upright. And it's time for the alternating leg circles. Sweep it around and then go the other way. You'll move a little bit with the body, but try to keep fairly stable with the torso. Make sure you press a little bit behind to stretch where your leg and hip meet and to use the buttocks, the glutes. Of course, you're also using your torso for balance and holding stable. Last one each way. And then release. Inhale up. And a little more focus on the lower leg, ankle area, the calf. Balance on one leg if you're able to, otherwise do both feet at the same time. On one foot, lift the heel, touch down, lift the heel, touch down. So we're coming up with all our weight on that one foot or both. 2 more at this pace. Then a little faster, lift and touch down and lift. Last 4, come up high and then down, and we'll switch to the other leg or back to both together. Balance, lift the heel and lower. Lift, lower. Try to go as full a range as you can. Nice high heel, a virtual high heel under your foot. And then a bit faster for 8, 4, 3, 2, and bring them down. We're turning our toes out, heels stay in, and roll through the foot where you lift your toes up, bring them down, and lift the heels up. And you have a little turn out with the feet for a few more. Now, turn your toes and knees in and roll through the feet this way. Being aware that when you lift your toes up, sometimes the bottom wants to push back. Try not to push your butt back. Toes up and then down, 1 or 2 more. Great. And we'll do one standing core exercise before we have a seat. You may want to use the chair for balance. See if you can balance on one foot or just lightly touch the toe to the floor, the other foot. We're going to do one and then the other. It doesn't matter which foot. Pump the arms. Push. Bring your knee up and off the floor, foot off the floor. So I'm just doing a little pump, 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 which makes me engage my core muscles. Then bring it down the other side. So the other option is lifting the leg high and just lightly holding on as you do a small and fast pump. Press, press. And the last few times, 3, 2, 1. Ah, full breath of air. Ah. Okay, have a seat. And you'll sit a little forward in your chair. Angle my camera down a little bit. So we are seated in the chair. You're slightly forward in the chair. What we'll do is start with a trunk circle. Either cross your arms or let them rest, your hands rest on your thighs. And go forward, off to the side, lean back, over to the other side and forward. So that's why you need a little room behind you so you can lean back. Maybe you can go a little farther, a little bigger, a little wider in your circle. It's a little more challenging if you have your arms up across your chest. Last one in this direction. And go the other way. Circle around. What I want you to do is I want you to do the circle from the hip, not at the waist. So don't bend where your belly button is. Bend at your hip. And keep your torso and spine long. Okay, I don't remember what direction I was going in, but here we go. And we have a few more. Last one, big circle. And then back to center. Staying with the core, but adding some leg movements. Rest your hands here or cross. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. So I'm just bringing them out in front, pulling them in. And I'm leaning just a little bit back. tap. 4, 3. And bring the feet in. We're going to turn them out just a little and alternate and go a little faster. Hands on the thighs or across. Tap, tap, tap. Pull your belly button in. Lean back a little. Firm and bracing at your tummy area. For 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, and then come up. Deep breath. If that gets your heart rate up a little, it's supposed to. You're using the large muscles during that. Let's go down to the smaller muscles, but really important, in the shin and lower leg. And tap. Keep the heels down. Tap side to side. But we're not pushing the legs a lot. It's mainly the lower leg moving. Knees will move a little bit. If you want to add some arm movements, you wave side to side. For 4, 3. And then relax a moment. We'll bring the feet apart. And the windshield wipers will go in and out now. Out and in. Be aware of your posture. Don't sink back into the seat if you can avoid it. Lengthen the spine. Out and in. Now if you want to get a little tricky, bring your feet in while your hands are out. So you do the opposing action or movement. So in with the hands and out with the feet. Last ones for 4, 3, 2, and relax. We're out in front and we're circling the hands and the feet. Remember, it's not legs and arms. Hands and feet. So you feel it at the ankle and the wrist. The other way, circle around. And then release. Back to a little bit bigger muscle, the top of the thigh and where the thigh and the hip meet. This is where, if you like, you can use some weights or some resistance. We'll be using the equipment a bit more now, but no extra equipment or tools are necessary. It just adds more intensity. Lean back just a little. Hold one leg up and then straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And I'm just placing the weight above the knee, just above the knee. Or you can gently push down with your hand. Then a faster kick, right here, kick. Last 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax down, we sit back up, lengthen the spine. The other side, pull the belly button in, lean back. Leg stays up, straighten and bend. Out and in. So I have a slight lean back. I'm not using the back of the chair. And we'll go a bit faster here. Kick, kick. 4, 3, 2, release down. Sit back up. We'll go back to the other leg. Turn your knee out a little. Foot stays in. Pull your belly button in, lean back, and lift the foot towards the knee. Ankle and knee. Up and down, and I still have the weight, if you want to use that, just above the knee on the inside of the leg. So engage the inner thigh a little more and some crossover torso muscle. Stay up and lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, release down. And the other side, belly button in, lean back, turn the knee out, and lift and lower, up and down. Remember, we're going to momentary muscle fatigue, so you may need to stop sooner or not use any tools. Lift and lower. And then we stay up Little pulses right here. 4, 3, 2, and release down. We sit back up. Good. Okay, well, legs get a little breather. If you want to use the weights or the bands. Actually, the band would have to be well, you can use any kind of band because what we're going to be doing is pressing up and overhead. You could, if you have a weight or not, one elbow is up and straighten and bend. Just find your own pace. If you're using a band or tubing, you don't have to have the arm up. You can be pressing out. This motion gets the back of the arm. When you're using weights, we need to use gravity. That's why we have the elbow up. Couple more. And then little pulses. Out, out. 3 or 4 more quick ones. And then release. And it's the other side. So full range first, out and in. Or if you're using the weight or don't have any equipment, you want to use gravity. So we need to have the elbow angling up. Straighten and bend. Maybe you need a rest. Otherwise, we'll do a faster pulse here. Up. 4, 3, 2, and then release down. Great. Holding on to the weights or the longer tubing. This is where I use long band or tubing. We'll do some rowing. We're going to put it under the arch of the foot. Your toes are up a little, but not a lot because you don't want this thing slapping you. Hold the weights or onto the tubing and then pull back. My preference with any kind of rowing is using the tubing or band, but the weights work fine. Pull back for 2 more, shoulders low, and then we stay back and little pulses, back, back, just doing little pulse for 4, 3, and then release. If you have the tubing or band, you cross over and switch hands, so you make an X with it. With the weights, just hold on to one weight, and then you pull on one side, pull back and turn. Rotate the body and pull. I want you to try to get a nice rotation there. It doesn't have to be big, but enough of a little bit of a turn to use your core differently. Those muscles that help you turn and rotate. And last one, and then it's the other side. Pull. And be aware of your positioning. I'm encouraging you to pull the elbow up fairly high so it's not down low. There's nothing wrong with that, but it uses different muscles. We're trying to get up and turn. Pull back for a few more. Great. Okay, we're going to put those aside. And put the band on if you have a band. If not, and there's all kinds. I'm going to use the yellow one today. If you have a band, you put it around your ankles. We'll go to our feet. Once we're on our feet, I'll change the angle of my camera in a moment. We'll get you started here. You're nice and upright. Turn the toe in and press out to the side. Press, press. So we're getting this glute and butt area. A few more times. 4, 3, 2, then hold it there. Let's see if we can balance. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Balance on one foot. Bring it down. Lean a little forward at the hip. Back is fairly flat. Press straight back. Push. Little tiny, tiny bend at the knee, but otherwise straight leg. Last 4. And then we're nice and upright. We'll do one more with this side, and this one will be pressing in. So bring your leg in front and press in. If you are using a band, I encourage you to step on it, anchor it down. It's a little more tension, but also doesn't slide up that way. Just a few more. Squeeze in, and we'll balance here again. Cross your leg over. If that's too hard, just bring it right in front. If that's too much, just lightly touch the toe down. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and then down. Deep breath. Bring it around both ankles again. We'll do the other side. So toes kind of angle in just a little bit so that we're not turning the knee out. Press out, out. The upper body might be just slightly leaning, but then you hold stable. Use these muscles for stability. Core area. 4, 3, 2, hold it out. Off the floor or a light touch down, but most, if not all, of your weight on that stationary leg. Breathe. And bring it down. We're lined up. Bend just a little forward and hold there. Press straight back. Straight back. Back of the leg, butt. And then back to upright. Leg is a little bit in front, whether you have the tubing or not. We're pressing across, up and in. And I encourage you to step on the tubing if you have that, or the band. Like you're doing a soccer kick. 4, 3, 2, and one more balance here on one foot. See if you can let go. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Touch down when you need it or hold on. Excellent. Stretch up for a deep breath. And we're done with that equipment. So all equipment is aside. And let's go to our balance beam. Tightrope walk. This is where we imagine we have a book on our head, 2 glasses of water on each shoulder, and you walk forward on your tightrope. Don't drop the book, don't spill the water, and your toes touch the heel in front, if you can. So try to line them up completely, about 8 or 10 steps forward, depending on how much room you have. You're at home. If you need to be, if it's safer for you to be right near a wall and just have your hand there just in case, do that. Stepping back and forward. Just about a few seconds more. And then come back, and we'll balance on the balance beam. This is holding on, if you need that, with a chair. And shift your weight a little forward and back on that balance beam, on the tightrope. It can be very subtle, or not, a little bigger. One more with this foot in front. And then we switch. The other leg is in front. Line it up as much as you can. Make it a little easier. Of course, it can be a little bit apart. Forward and back. Shifting your weight. And back to neutral. Feet apart. You're going to shift your weight to your left leg. I'm going to do a couple of standing core exercises. Your weight is on the left leg. Bring your left shoulder down towards the right knee as it comes up. So across and open. And just find your own pace with this. You come down and open up. Cross and open up. Using the chair if you need that. Dip and then come up. Last one. And then we shift our weight to the other side. Cross and over. And coming down, coming up, and maybe even opening slightly back too to get a stretch. Let's see if we can get a few more on this side, staying on the one leg. Final one. And then the feet are apart for our trunk twist. If you have it handy or you use one, you can use a stick or a pole. Feet a bit apart. Soften the knees just a little and turn your body. Remember, you have, well, at least two ways to do this. The two main ways are keeping your hips stable and not moving much at the lower body, or turning more, pivoting on the foot so that you lift your back heel up and the hips will turn more. That takes a little more balance skill. So last one, each way, get a nice rotation. And then back to center. We're going to have a seat. Get a full breath of air. Have a seat. And we'll get right into, well, we have one seated core, a side bend exercise. And then we'll do a few stretches. So as you're seated here, reach your right arm up. I'm going to readjust my camera. Right arm up and lean to the side and then come up. Just let your left arm hang down, or it can rest on your thigh. So a side bend and then you come up. One more. And then hold it there. Lean as much as you can. If you need support, use the left arm. Come over, don't fall over, but lean. Use your left leg for support. And come back to center. And then it's the other side. Reach up, lean. You can just let your right arm hang. Feel the stretch on one side and a little more control and tightening on the other. But both sides are working to control your lean and coming off center with your balance. It helps to have the feet a bit apart. Couple more. And then we hold there, reach over, hold it, don't hold your breath. Lean, lean, lean. And then back to center. Inhale up. When you exhale, bring your left ankle and rest it just above the right knee. Sitting up. You can move the foot around if you like. Fold over. You fold where your leg and your hip meet, not so much at the waist. Feel the pull where your leg and hip meet on the left side if you have your left leg up. A few more seconds. And then sit up. Cross all the way over. Inhale again. When you exhale, turn to the left. Hold here. You're looking over your left shoulder. Head is turned and body is turned. Press with your right arm on the legs. And then release. Back to center. Other side. Right ankle just above the left knee. Lengthen the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, fold into it if you're able to. It might be enough just to be here with it. And that might be even too much. You can always bring the leg lower. I like to hold this for a little bit. This is an important stretch around the glutes. And then we sit up, cross over, inhale up. When you exhale, you turn to the right. A little push on the outside of your legs. Turn your head so you're looking back and stretching a little at the neck. And then release, come back to center. Round the back, press forward, head is low. Take a few breaths here as you feel the pull along the back side. Then reach up, lengthen. Bend your right arm, little push or pull with the left. If you like to lean away, you can add that. And center, neutral. The other side. Bend, a little tug on the arm and lean away. And then up. Inhale. When you exhale, bring your arms back and out. Feel the pull across the chest. And then release. Turn your body and pivot so your right leg hangs off the chair and slide it back. Reach up with your right arm, a little lean towards the back of the chair. Perhaps tightening the buttocks on the right side and press into your hip. Reach up, inhale, straighten out your right leg. You're still facing the same direction. Angle down and get the back of the thigh and the calf. Toes up, soften the knee a little, angle the hip down. Feel a tug, but not painful. Great, let's come up and do those moves on the other side. You pivot, drop the leg down, lift up, lean over if you like. You can add a little intensity by squeezing your glutes on the left side, your buttocks. It'll push into your hip flexor stretch. Inhale up, exhale and straighten out your left leg. Fold over. Avoiding bending at the waist, but mostly at the hip. Tilt the hips into the stretch. That will give you the right pull. Maybe a little softening in the knee. And we come up. Lift and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Relax the shoulders. Head lowers, no tension in the shoulders, the neck, the arms, the hands. We're still holding our posture upright, but there's a softening in the shoulders and neck. You can keep your head steady or gently a little bit of movement. Then slowly bring your chin back up. So you're back to neutral, where your ears are lined up over your shoulders. Reach up for a full breath of air. Thank you for joining me.